Friday night. We're in Metro Cola. It is a pleasure to be here. We are with our friends at Erdinger and my friends and yours, well, in a couple of instances, Rob Gutmann, Siobhan, Biggane and Kev Walsh. To build up to a bit of a funny weekend, Kev, because there's no game, i.e. for us, until Monday night. It all feels a little bit like, I'm really looking forward to Monday. I'm going, I love Villa, I love Birmingham. It's going to be great, honestly. Really going to be really it's one of the best aways. It really is. It's got all the hits. It's far enough away that you feel like you're going somewhere. It's not so far away that you're going to be there forever. All the hits, it's perfect. But it does feel a little bit like the thing we're doing the week before the thing. If you know what I mean? Like, and that's in part, I think, because it is Monday night as well. It does just all feel a little bit like we've got to get this one out the way to have that great big emotional week that leads into the last one.
Yeah, it does, but also I can't really be asked for that great big emotional week either. So
you're putting it off.
Well,
you've got to lean into it, Kev.
No, but see, I'm not a massive one for the farewell bit. You know what I mean? Like,
so agree with you.
I don't.
Yeah, we know about you.
Violently
He's dead to you
agree.
after next Sunday, if you know that.
No, I don't.
CBA.
No, see, but I don't know. Even Gerrard, like Gerrard and Carragher, I had like a little lump. But even then, I was a bit like,
Don't remember. Probably got off.
can we go? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when we didn't win the league against Wolves, I was gone.
Yeah.
Get like fuck clapping these losers down the pitch.
Yeah.
Now obviously I don't mean it like that. And I'm definitely not going to be saying that to Jurgen, because when I'm there I'll definitely get
Later,
emotional.
loser.
But I don't know. I think maybe because it like makes you feel a bit uncomfortable because I don't want him to go. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've got a funny thing just on that. I've got a funny thing more than the last game. Like, I find the last game a lot of the time, I do actually myself find it a little bit of a palaver. Yeah. I'm not one for the whole hit. This one is just different. And when Siobhan's saying lean into it, Kev, I think that's what she's saying. You've got to lean into it.
No, to be fair,
it's unavoidable. It's like the big truth, isn't it? You can't get away from it.
When I'm in the ground, I'll no doubt come to that. But I don't know. I just like there'll be a battle going on inside me to say, I just shoot off the Stanley now. Just get off the Stanley now. And there'll be another bit of me going, when you're telling your grandkids, oh, Jurgen Klopp last game, you'll be saying I was watching it on the telly in the Stanley, and they'll be like every other game,
and 2 hours later, everyone else came in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even like it's going to be like 15 minutes later, everyone else came in.
It's not because I want to get back on the air either. It's just because I just don't like. I don't know what it is. I don't like the pageant of it all.
I think there is a pageantry question with the Siobhan. It is on the horizon. I wasn't even going to talk about it now, but we're here, so fuck it, let's do it. Because God knows what we're going to talk about next week. So the pageantry of it, I think it is going to be. It's going to be difficult to sort of take. I think he's going to find it difficult to take. He's literally repeatedly on record as saying he doesn't like loads of eyes looking at him at any one period. Like, you know, in loads of ways, he is a reluctant, sort of charismatic man, if you know what I mean. He doesn't want that.
A reluctant attention seeker, I would say, in the nicest possible way.
Yeah, no, because I know there's definitely an element of that, and the fact that he's comfortable.
Him?
Well, all of us, really. Look at the four of us. Hello, there's a camera there.
I don't think that one. Oh, is that? Oh.
There is. No, I think he'll find it really, really hard as well for the same reasons that Kev. Like, he might be in the Stanley with Kev. There's a fighting chance.
Yeah, and if you fancy it, mate, I'll get the alien.
Yeah, I do think there's a perverse.
He's short of a bob. Come on.
I do think there's a situation where, and I wouldn't blame him, but where he leaves everyone else a little bit shortchanged because he can't be arsed with it. Where he just goes, okay, I've done my statutory minimum, my minimum viable product, and I'm off because he's, as you say, like, he's
overwhelmed by it.
He's just not sure how he's going to cope. I mean, I'm just looking forward to something distracting from that really awful thing that happened on the last day of the season. And as the proud owner of a child, when the fucking kids start playing,
I hate.
I'll go, hey. I don't mind them being on the pitch, but it's like, why do we all have to cheer?
Don't start at this year. Dennis Wise in the FA Cup when he brought his kid on and went Chelsea. It's his fucking fault, I'm swear to you.
Was he an ugly kid?
He's had it all his own way for too long, Dennis Wise. Had it all his own way for too long.
God, it does my head in.
This wasn't where I was going with this, if I'm honest. It's like looking forward to something else. You know,
there's an overriding thing here. It's like, we've talked, the reason New Year's Eve is crap is because it's pre-programmed fun. Like, it dares you not to find it enjoyable. And Jurgen's last day dares you not to be moved. I will not be moved. I shall
like
not
a team
be
that's
moved.
going to win a football league.
Yeah, I shan't be moved.
Slot.
I would be more emotional if Slot came on the pitch after Jurgen went off and Slot came on and milks the applause. Oh, that would please me.
Is there a set of bastards?
Yeah, we are.
I'm not with them. I'm not with them on this. I'm looking forward to it.
Of the in
in
life of the events.
The two emojis in the room.
In life, of the events designed to trigger your emotions, only funerals will I entertain. And that's death involved. But beyond that, I will not be triggered. I might get emotional, but it's my decision.
No, so I think I think I will get emotional.
This is like you're gonna get. Do you know what I'll get emotional about is we win the football match. I want us to.
No,
do you know what I resent?
I'm so checked out on if we win.
No. I'm always about winning the football match. And in fact, I will not. I will resent them singing Jurgen songs until we're 3-0 up. We need to win the football match. Always want us to win the football. 84 points at stake. A season we'll look back on, and in the summer.
Nobody gives a.
I do. And I tell you what,
this is part two, by the way. What does Pacou forward? We're going to argue about this in the part two, but keep going.
It's important in a season that's promised so much, has delivered so much less, that we have the respect, more than the respectability of saying we had an 84-point season. Kev, it's important psychologically.
That's just not what we're going to look back on this season.
Do you know who agrees with me?
Well, I'll give you my
agrees with me?
Jurgen
Jurgen agrees with me because he was actually talking about in his press conference today. He wants to break 80. He was very adamant about that. And if he wants to break 80, he wants to hit 84.
I'll tell you why it matters.
Because it's one of the fifth highest totals or whatever in our Premier League history. It's important.
Fifth.
Yeah, it's important.
It's,
in my opinion.
But there is Villa on the horizon. We'll do the sort of what you expect from the team, etc., in a minute, Siobhan. But I think even that, one of the things that you want from this season really is, I want that gap between us and them. At the minute, it's 11 points. We win, it goes to 14. Like, I think it's important that we put clear blue water between us and the rest. You see what I mean? I think
got to be a top three and then everybody else.
That's what I want. I want everyone to look at it that way at the end of it all.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and I think that we've been too, regardless of how things have gone, we've been too good for it to not be that, and it would be such a bitter blow to take that we're like, it's the best and the rest, and we're not part of the best, we're part of the rest. And I think that that's like, regardless of what we're all saying here, this is not what we're going to look back at this season as, whether we like it or not. It's just not what we're going to reflect on this season as. But I do think it's important to go out with as much, go out swinging as much as possible. I think everyone's looking forward to the rest, but the rest feels better if you've ended on some sort of a high.
Going out swinging is what I want on Monday. Again, without getting into the team, we'll do that in a minute. But that idea of going to Villa Park, rocking up there, they're a good side, they're worthy of respect. Yeah. But that idea of saying, no, we're a better side than you, I think it's a nice... I made up, it's a really, given all the context, listen, if we were still going for everything, I'd be going, we could do without Villa Park. As it is, I almost could do with Villa Park. It'll be a football match you can get your teeth into, and in a ground you can get your teeth into, with a supporter base you can get your teeth into.
If we can finish on 3 wins, you can kind of then pick out a little spell from United away to West Ham away, which is what, 4 or 5 games. You go, you park that mad fortnight and a half, whatever it is. We were as good as them. We were as good as them, whoever them is who wins the league. And it is about that gap. That's an important thing. When people are at the beginning of next season going, you know, who's going to win the league? Who's going to be in contention for the title? They're going to say Arsenal and City, whatever happens now. They're going to, those two. What I don't want in that conversation is, there's going to be some blur who goes, I can see United being 3rd. I can see Chelsea being 4th. And there's somebody who's, and when the 20 Guardian or Times journalists pick their top 4, about 8 of them are going to leave Liverpool out of the top 4, which is fucking. But do you know what?
20
in a way, it doesn't matter a fucking jot. But
you just already wound up by it.
No, I don't want to be wound up.
But you're already pre-wound up.
I'm pre-wound, but because
he's leaning into his pain.
Cause pride, you know. Football's all about pride, and pride coming before full. It's about pride, and I'm proud of LFC. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of what they've done this season, and I want them to finish on a high. I want to finish on 84 points. I want them to be. Do you know what? I want one of those fucking City or Arsenal to lose 2 of their last 3, and us to finish within a point of them. I want us to win the league still.
You see, if you engage with Anfield Wrap stuff over a period of time, you get a real insight into Gutmann's consciousness. And the insight that you get into Gutmann's consciousness is a man who lives his entire life in the near future. He doesn't live his life in the future, he doesn't live his life in the past. He lives his entire life in the near future. Is that fair? I think you're somewhere always between 10 minutes and 3 months away. That far, that's it.
I live to what I'm next got to look forward to. That's the way I live my life. What have you next got to look forward to, Rob? I say to myself. But I also live in the very far future where I want to live forever and be cryogenically frozen. But that's a whole different sci-fi conversation. You didn't want to go there. So go on, what about me living in the near future?
It's just a general. No, I'm going to go to the break. I'm going to go to the break, that's all, and then we can deal with near future, Rob.
My motivation
I feel
for
like
Villa.
pulled all the fourth wall down. We're going to do his motivation for Villa in a minute or two. This is Friday night. We're with Erdinger. God knows why they've stuck around. And we're in Metro Cola. We'll be back in a minute or two.
And Erdinger, please. Stop! Don't forget the best bit.
Okay, we're back. We're back with Erdinger in Metro Cola. It's great. We've got Rob, we've got Siobhan, and we've got Kev. And so, do you know why I am all in on you in the last two?
Go on.
The reason why is because I think that sets the bar.
Okay.
I think what you're saying is, so Rob's put before us setting the bar externally and saying to the rest of the world, this is where we are, this is where we think we are. I think it's setting the bar internally. I think it's being able to say, do you know what's a good season? You break 80 points. Do you know what you can do beyond that? You could go on and challenge for something, but there's no excuses. And this is where I am looking into next season when there's time to make changes in the summer. New manager coming in, we all think we know who it's going to be, but coming in and going, this is the job, mate. The job is, last season he got 84 points. And that's not to say that if he gets 78 and the circumstances, it's a failure or anything like that. But it's to say you're coming in and managing an 80-point team. So I want 80 points because I want to say this is it. Because I think it is, by the way. I think it's at least an 80-point squad.
I think it's that plus something else. So when we've been pipped to the title by a point, it's always been like, where are the margins where you improve? Where are the things we're going to do better this season? There's such a body of evidence of where we can do better on this season, just like there was for the season before, and they've done it. And there's so much of a body of evidence, and it's not even like massive things. It is small margins where you can go. Not only did you have those margins that existed and get 84 points, but those margins could be 10 points worth next season.
Yes.
And that's what you go into it with, is going, okay, we know what we did wrong, and we know how to fix it, and we're going to do whatever we need to do over the summer to fix it. And yet we still did really well. I think that's where it is for me.
No, I'm in violent agreement. That's Siobhan's reiterated exactly how I think about it. I think Arne Slot's probably thinking, I hope they lose the last two games. Because so fans can debate.
Who knows?
I think with Slot coming in, there's so much context around why if we don't win the last two, it doesn't really matter. And I just think you said it before and you just said it there, the point total on this season, I just don't think we'll look back on it as anything significant at all. Like what you said before, when we look back on this in weeks to come, months to come and years to come, it just won't be about when we fell off, where did we recover. Last year, the Big Nine fed into this season. I think because of where our fall off has come this season, it's too late now to lead the springboard into next season. And plus,
do we need springboard?
Well,
I think it's a bar.
Well, so I just
the same metaphor for the same activity.
I think three would be helpful, 3 straight wins.
No, listen,
good opposition.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm by no means watching a match going on if we get beat. I want us to win, but I'm just. If we don't, I won't be going, I wish we got 84 because of Arne Slot thinks he can't get less. Because I don't want Arne Slot aiming for 84 points. I need him to aim for 90.
No, but I think that's the bar point, is that's just your minimum requirement.
I just think, like, the way the season's finished, and because there's so many games where you can go from United away in the FA Cup, really.
I think even before then.
Yeah, well, yeah, there probably is, even the Forest game, but whatever.
Don't draw 1-1 with Luton.
There's loads of them, isn't there? But if you're aiming for 80, you're aiming for failure, in my opinion. If you're aiming for 90, you're in a challenging thing. And if Slot needs like us to win the last three in order to motivate himself to get there,
that's all I mean.
Listen, he'd be the wrong man for the job. And I just don't think Arne Slot is looking going, if they win the last three, yeah, we're on for next year. Or if they don't win the last three, I think he's probably clever enough as a football man to go, there's just players there who've run the race. The race is absolutely run, and they're probably, listen, we've been laughing before about the way Jurgen's been in his press conferences. You're just not telling me the training's as intense as it was 6 weeks ago, and that's natural, and I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not worried about any sort of drop-off for this. As soon as the league went when we played Crystal Palace, I'm just not worried about the drop-off, because I feel like we were squeezing to get this tidbit. When that fell, it was inevitable that the squeeze was going to be let go, so we were going to revert to the mean. I think we've got a very good mean, a very, very good mean. but I think it needs adding to next season, and I think at the end of this season, I just don't feel like it's got any effect on next season. I feel like we'll come back in August and we'll be like, we are game for this, and I don't care how many Guardian writers have put us in 5th, 6th or 7th, we're going for number 1 slot. That was no pun intended there, but I honestly just think that because we've got position, because we've got the new manager now, and he'll have had. Well, it'll be interesting to see how the transfers work, whether he is sort of sideboard a little bit and it's more of a homogenous approach to it. But no matter who we bring in, and because we've got a new manager, you can bring in someone who you thought was the worst player in the world, but your own brain would be saying to you, under Arnie Slot, don't wait, he is an absolute wit. You know, you could, couldn't you? You could sign Seamus, 48-year-old Seamus Coleman.
Exactly. It take a few months before we're saying that, though.
No, but honestly, if we bring a player in and go, Arnie Slot, Liverpool are going to turn this fella into the next whoever. My brain.
We don't know.
I know, yeah. But as a football fan, my brain's going, Arnie Slot is better than Jurgen Klopp. You're 100% right. Because that's how football fans work.
Well, I'd like to think that.
Because the alternative, we haven't got the alternative, so it's just like, what else am I going to do?
So basically, it's a perfect summer. Yeah. No, it's a perfect summer because every move we make, no matter how ridiculous it seems, you're like, oh my God, 4D chess, you're right, that was the right move. Honestly, it's a summer ahead of like pure, the guts is going to be about it.
Your it doesn't give a fuck approach to this is correct in the wider scheme of things. I'm talking about, there's a sense of, I remember I think I'm right in saying this, in 2006, after we won the Champions League, the year after, I think we finished 3rd, but we broke 82 points with Rafa. And I thought that was significant, right? I remember thinking, this is progress. So I kind of want to see that this team over this era between managers, you know, and I was in an era where you could go Paisley, Fagan, Dalglish, we looked at it as one thing. But do you know what? We were there or thereabouts. We were never bums, you know. I don't want to. You know, there's a points level below which you're not playing.
But I think, are we not above that already?
No, don't get me wrong.
Not in my head, no.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not calling for parades. If
also, by the way, we're beating Wolves on the last day, aren't we? We're at Anfield and Jurgen Klopp last game.
Don't tempt it. It's
to be fair, we've got a terrible history in big players' last games. Even Carragher's, we only won 1-0, didn't we?
Yeah. So
yeah, I think the likelihood is it fizzles like a motherfucker because nobody can. As Jurgen said, elite athletes need to find their motivation. There's not much motivation.
Does anyone else think it just depends on what the weather's like that day? Because honest to God, I've got a bit of a theory.
This for Wolves?
Yeah. Genuinely.
Check us on Birmingham on Monday night, is why I'm asking.
No, I'm not that concerned. It's night time, isn't it? It doesn't really matter. But like you said earlier about how you kind of made up that it's Villa because it's a team you can have a go at and they're going to have a go back and it's like worthy of the running, if you like. I thought Tottenham last week was the very same. It was like,
it's a good test.
It's like we're not ending on like, oh, they made up with themselves because they've beat Sheffield, Luton and fucking Burnley. Yeah. You know, you're having like proper challenges, and I just think that everyone was in such a good mood. I just don't. On that last day, if it's sunny, it won't matter what else happens.
Didn't everyone enjoy Tottenham? Do you know why? Because Liverpool scored goals. I noticed as a kid, very early on in my football watching career, what I got off on is Liverpool scoring goals. Yeah. And when people go, I'd rather win 1-0 than 4-3, I go, you fucking weirdo. Why?
No, that is weird behaviour.
No, but honestly, we go, well, clean sheet. You know, being analytical about it, or 2. I'd rather win 4-3 than 2-0.
Well, there's no good context to a 1-0, is there? Unless it's in the 94th minute. Yeah. But you spent the 93 minutes thinking we're going to lose again.
I want to see Liverpool score goals. You know, even a 5-5, I'm coming out of the game that you should have won. Right, I'm coming out. I saw 5 fucking goals. I was off my seat. Well, no, Liverpool.
Like those ones.
No, but, no. I was off my seat 5 times. I want to be off my seat cheering. That's what I'm in it for. It's like a fucking hit. It's like you go to a bar and we're gonna have shooters.
I've known you for so long and I've learned so much about you today.
Well, I'm in it. I'm in it.
Complex character.
Complex.
Do you know what?
It's not that
complex. Do you know what I learned? Because I grew up watching my first couple of years of being a Liverpool fan, listening to the radio, and we go, Liverpool have scored, and I'd bounce up and do a little few fist bumps to myself on my own in a bedroom.
I was the same when I was a kid.
Right, but when you go to a match and a goal is, everyone rises like a tide. It's orgasmic, the feeling. It's unbelievable. And I've always buzzed off that. I've always said, you give me Liverpool goals, I'm in it for the Liverpool goals all the time. That's why we'll always want to win, however meaningless the game.
Starting Elliott?
Yes.
We'll start Elliott.
100%.
Got the impression from the manager today he'll be starting Elliott all the way through. Starting Quansah?
I would, yeah. He's flying, isn't he?
Yeah.
All starting Kwanzaa, marvellous
There's
stuff.
a big question you're going to move towards.
Yeah, you start Nunez.
100% we're starting him.
I'd like to.
I want him to be good, but there's little titty lift the other day and all that just suggests that. Does Jurgen want to make it about Nunez? I don't think he will.
Let's get that over with, though.
I know, yeah.
I'd start him and someone starts him. I'll play him left hand side as well. I'd play
Me and Rob were saying this before.
Gakpo, Salah, and Nunez.
I'll play him as long as it's not number 9. I'll put him on the left wing, and also I don't really think Diaz is that good, so I'd rather have Nunez there.
So, okay, you've rattled through all the key decisions. Hopefully Jurgen was watching all of this, which would be quite something if he was. If he's got through to this.
He's not even turning up to his presses, he's not watching this.
Especially after we said we couldn't really be asked for his last day. If he didn't turn off then, it's right, Jurgs.
Yeah.
Imagine you just saw the last couple of games. I'll play to the gallery. They can have who they want. Who do you want me to pick?
Yeah,
Go on, I'll pick him.
Do the subs through vote at half
do
time.
a poll. Jurgen goes to Twitter for the first time. There's a poll. Picks the team by a poll.
Imagine if after all this he tells us I did have a Twitter account all along.
He definitely has.
I was called at Andy Heaton.
What's we're going to win?
On Monday, yeah,
Their races run
blowing
more
up.
than yeah.
Blowing up. They got beat yesterday again. And listen, they're a very good team. They're very good at home. I think they've done all they need to do to get to the top 4, and that is some achievement from the start of the season.
Yeah, there's so much respect.
Yeah. I think the fact that they haven't won the Conference League is a bit of a shame. I'm not normally into British teams winning stuff, but I would have liked to have seen
I'd like them
win
to win it.
Yeah, because the sound and the lads who comes on is unbelievable.
Because I think we're all into English teams in the conference.
Yeah.
Because it's shit.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I don't want
I don't care.
about
If it's Man U in the conference, oh come on, I want them to win
No,
this.
absolutely
No,
not.
it'd be funny.
No, but I think we will.
Going up on their wall.
Shit.
Yeah, indeed. You won the conference. Well done, lads.
Going to win?
Yeah, I think they will be dead and buried after last week. Won't be emotionally dead and buried. I like a Monday as well. I like something to
Keeps
forward
the
to after
weekend
work.
going, doesn't it? Yeah.
You know, like you've done a day's work and you go, oh shit, yeah, got that.
The Reds.
Yeah.
What about the Reds? We're going, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Have you booked a hotel?
I know, of course.
Yeah, we're staying over.
It's more than 15 miles away. So did you book a hotel for Everton?
Yeah,
I should have done. You're right. Next year, I'm doing that.
We're staying over. We're leaving at 9.
Where are you going for your tea?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving at 9.
Well, we're in the ground for our tea, so that's a bit of a confuser.
What?
Last year was the best
the best
me and Neil away ever. We beat Villa 3-1 on Boxing Day, and as we came out of the ground and got back to the hotel ready to have an elite Indian tea, Gakpo signed. The news broke. We lived our
So we
best
did.
life.
That was
We
your
recorded
fantasy.
the show during the Indian restaurant. So we were in there and we were doing our order whilst doing the show.
I think on my deathbed, on about 10 best nights of my life, that'll be
up
definitely
there.
one of them. And you're like, I shared it with you.
Well, we shared so much. Liverpool scored 3 goals.
Well,
3 times you got to
but-
ride.
Outside. Oh, you see 3. Oh no, there's no seats.
Well, Bajcetic scored. Actually, I've still got a chipped tooth to this day because Neil elbowed me celebrating Bajcetic's
Jeff's
goal.
goal was boss, by the way.
Yeah, wasn't it?
That's Friday night.